Okay, we're rocking and rolling.
Sweet.
Nicholas, Kathryn, thank you
Hello.
guys for being here. One of you want to introduce yourself, and then the other one can, in whichever order you prefer.
Sure, I'll start. Hello. Thanks for having us. This is really exciting. My name is Kathryn. I'm the general manager of the Gallatin River Lodge. Yeah.
Nicholas?
My name is Nicholas Bromond, and I'm the food and beverage director and sommelier at the Gallatin River Lodge.
Thank you guys for being here.
Mhm.
What can you guys tell me about the lodge? If anyone wants to stay there, if anyone wants to experience the restaurant, start wherever you want, and we'll go wherever you want.
Yeah. So the lodge is a really special place. It's 20 acres off of the Gallatin. We do not have direct river access, but we do get to see the tree line. And so our 20 acres is comprised of some pasture land. We've got two main lodge buildings on it, a beautiful view of our casting pond. We can see the mountaintops through the treetops. We can see the even more mountaintops in the wintertime when there's not as many leaves, which is really nice. It's a beautiful time of year out there right now. I just came from the lodge this morning and the sun was super strong and glowing low through the cottonwoods and the aspens. So it looks like fire. It's really pretty. It's open to the public. We are a lodge that operates as a hotel, as well as we have a fine dining restaurant, and that is open to not just our lodging guests, but anyone traveling through or in the Bozeman or Gallatin community. And our goal is just to keep it very authentic, keep it special, and share it with those that come through.
Yeah, and I can attest. It's got a great vibe. You feel that it's just got that like lodge energy.
Yeah.
I was talking with Brian from the Bozeman airport, and that feeling you have in the airport. It feels like Montana. Your guys' place feels like Montana.
Yeah,
I love
the airport we always joke with my family that it feels like a Cabela's. And you're like, you walk on through and there's like a roaring fireplace and there's the the elk and the moose and the bison on the wall and the birds statues floating through the air. And we want to continue that feeling of genuine Montanan hospitality out at the lodge, whether you're a guest with us staying or you're coming for dinner or just hitting us for happy hour.
I love that. That's what I try to take, that same approach with my transportation clients. Montana hospitality is what I'm always looking for. What's it? 13 minutes from the airport?
I tell people like 8 if you hit all green lights.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I would say 15 minutes safely. We tell guests to allow for 15 to 20 minutes. Maybe I tell them leave 10 minutes before if you're having that 6 a.m. flight because there's no one there.
Yeah.
But
and what 25 minutes from downtown Bozeman?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just off Jackrabbit.
Okay.
Kind of Valley Center and Jackrabbit are our main crossroads, and we're west off Thorpe Road.
So all the pickleball players out there, we're next to the pickler.
Yeah.
Oh,
we're not far from the pickler. The new
smart.
pickler. Yeah.
Primarily, people that are staying at your lodge, they're fishing. I know you guys do corporate events and stuff like that. Is there a primary type of person that's there?
I would say, demographically, we are catering to, on the lodging side, those that are looking for an elevated travel experience, not just a hotel stay. They're looking to experience Montana and its authenticity. That whether that's fly fishing, whether that's hiking, whether that's skiing, cross country skiing. The lodge was originally started as an outfitting lodge in 1999 with its original owner. So it has evolved over the years to be more than just a fly fishing lodge, although that's one of our pillars of who we are at our core. We certainly, we have an awesome logo, the cowboy fish. Look it up if you haven't seen it. It's great, GallatinRiverLodge.com. And you can see how that has influenced a lot of the decor in the lodge. But I wouldn't say we're a fishing lodge anymore. We've kind of diversified a little bit into what our demographic is.
I think your guys' spot is a great spot too. And I will mention this to clients. I have a lot of clients flying in the wintertime to ski or go to Yellowstone Park, and they might get in late or they might leave early. If they, rather than have a long driving trip to the airport, late at night or early in the morning to stay at your guys' place, night of coming into town or leaving, if they're going all over Montana, it's a beautiful spot to think of for, hey, this is a cool spot to this is such a great introduction to Montana.
It is. It's a great spot to like just do a night, to kind of like set yourself up for success at the beginning of your trip, and just have that entrance into vacation or, adventure vacation, or, if you're looking for R&R, if you're looking to hella ski up in Big Sky, you can kind of get in, get settled, regroup, and then take a breath, which is what we talk about at the lodge a lot, is like allowing anyone who comes, whether you're dining or staying with us, to really just like slow down and feel restored.
Yeah, it's a great vibe. I said that to Brian with the airport. He sets a lot of us as business owners up for success when they fly into Bozeman Airport. And then if you took that and went to the Gallatin River Lodge, and if that's the start of your vacation or trip here, I don't know. I can't think of a much better intro.
Yeah. Or to end it, like you said, you want to put a nice little cherry on top of your trip, not make your travel day hell going back, doing those really long travel days where you have to wake up at 4 a.m. and then get to the airport, and then you're like waiting in lines all day. It's like, let's just ease back into leaving vacation.
Or just stay at your guys' place for the whole week and explore Montana.
Yeah. We're pretty greatly. We're really centrally located. So our location is great, which is where I was going with that. We're about 45 minutes to an hour to Big Sky Town Center. That puts us about an hour and 15 minutes from the parking lot at Big Sky to ski in the winter. And then we're about 45 minutes from Bridgerable. So we're really kind of like, you do both from us, which is super fun. And then we do have plans to put in our cross-country ski course again. It's a groomed trail course on our 20 acres this winter. So if you don't want to go downhill one day and you want to just do either skate ski or classic, you can do that right out of your front door of your room at the lodge.
That will be very cool.
It's our own version of ski in, ski out.
Very cool. And you guys do holiday parties and corporate retreats and stuff like that there as well?
Yeah. Nicholas has really developed our food and beverage program over the last year and a half he's been with us. His hospitality that just like oozes out of him on the floor, and it really makes people feel welcome and cared for, which is great. We do a lot of corporate events, holiday parties over the wintertime, and weddings in the summertime, rehearsal dinners, corporate leadership retreats, board meetings. We love the intimate more events. So if you're, I say 75 to 100 is kind of our top spot. In the summertime, we can't expand and do larger events because of our outdoor space. But in the wintertime, we love doing those small winter elopements, board leadership meetings, and holiday parties. The lodge is a festive place to be during the holidays.
And you guys are open Thursday through Sunday. Do you guys rent that space out on those closed days for any of those parties, or are they during those? So
the restaurant is open Wednesday through Sunday.
Okay.
Just for dinner.
Yep.
And we do a happy hour from 3 to 5 on those days, and then dinner starts at 5. And we say till close. So most of the time that's a 9 o'clock closure, barring a snowstorm or something. And then we do rent out private space during the day for daytime offsite meetings, or luncheons or things like that. And our culinary team, we just bring them in for those particular private events. And so if you wanted to do something on a Monday or Tuesday, we could definitely talk.
Cool. Okay, Nick, let's hear about the food in the restaurant.
What do you want to know?
I mean, let's start. I hear such great things about your guys' food program, the wine program. So what can anyone expect? Where does it start?
That's a great question, actually. It actually really just does start with how do we treat hospitality? And so what I preach to the team, Chef and I work really hard with both the back of house and front of house team. We want to make people feel like they're at home. It's a very homey space, as we keep saying and discussing. This place, the Gallatin River Lodge, is very comfortable. From the moment you drive up, from the moment you leave, it sells itself already. So it's our job really not to screw up the ambiance. That it's a nice warm handshake, and then when we greet them at the door, we're now extending that into a hug, essentially. To be a little cheesy about it, but that's essentially what it is. I'm right there front and center at the host stand, and I'm greeting everybody with a hearty hello, howdy, how you doing, welcome back in. And the rest of the team behind me, or whether if they're in the dining room, they're the exact same. It's not their table. It's not their person they're taking care of that night, but you'll still be greeted with a hearty hello. So it starts really with that authenticity, that we are excited that you're there. And there's nothing fake about it. The team that we've assembled and we've trained and we've built up, we all genuinely mean it when we say, hello, welcome back. And then it bleeds into the food program. That chef, Trey Mathis, he's incredible what he does. He's been doing it for over 20 years now. He's from the Carolinas. He's traveled the globe. He has studied extensively. He is a perfectionist, which when it comes to food is, in my opinion, really, really good. But he's also not pretentious about it. He's humble. He'll admit if he doesn't know what he's doing, or if he needs to ask a question, he'll ask those questions. He relies on his team to assist him if he needs help with a certain ingredient, or if something's not being plated properly and he wants to have help with the plating and the design of the plate. He'll look to the team. He has no qualms about that. And I appreciate that about him. I think that's a sign of a true leader, and it bleeds into what you taste. It's made with love. I mean, he puts his passion and creativity into it, and you can taste it. And then I get to work with that. Chef's quote, and I love it. He likes to say, follow the dirt. And you can interpret that any way you want, but the way I interpret that is, all right, you follow the dirt with your ingredients, with your sourcing, with the vendors that you work with anybody really. Follow the dirt, follow that path, and that dirt will tell you a story. And so I've interpreted that, and I take that into the wine program that we've created. We now have an award-winning wine program, and we're not stopping. We want to do more with it. I am blessed, and Chef makes my job way easier with the wine program because of the food he puts out. And I get to taste my wines and follow the dirt, my vendors, the winemakers coming into town, and I get to taste, write my notes down, study, and then talk with Chef about, all right, hey, this is what I'm feeling with my By the Glass wine program. These are the tasting notes. I think it could pair really well with the ravioli. Add a little bit of shrimp on that, I think. Or I think this would be great with the beer cheese fondue. Wine with beer cheese fondue, of course. A Vino Verde, why not? It's light and crisp, low alcohol. It's going to be beautiful. It makes it a lot more fun, and that's where the storytelling then comes into play when we talk to our guests. We're not selling a bottle of wine. We're not selling a food item. We're not selling tickets. We're creating a memory, and we're serving memories. That's what we preach at the Lodge. And that's what I think makes us incredibly unique and special.
Hi, folks. Quick note from me. If you don't already know, the goal of Mountain Mule Media has always been to build real connections between Montana businesses and the people they serve. If this episode or any other has given you something worth thinking about, smiling at, or passing along, I've got a small ask. Share it with a friend, text it to someone, post it in your story, like or subscribe to this channel. That one simple action helps these local businesses get seen, and it helps this business keep going. Thanks for being a part of it. Now back to the show.
It's definitely a collaboration, which has been great. We've worked really hard to build the team. You know, we've got some trial and error under our belt with that, with any team you build. But right now it's a great collaboration. We each lean on each other's strengths. And I think the guests see that. Like when I oftentimes have guests pull me aside when I'm on the floor walking through, and they're like, your team is having way too much fun. like this is not normal. And they just feel cared for, and in a way that I think is a little bit has been lacking in the service industry for a while, and where you kind of just feel like you're just another ticket, you're just another table. There is zero turn and burn at Gallatin River Lodge. You know, it's about your experience when you're sitting down, and that we're seeing be a model that works for us.
That's so cool. I love that you say it feels like a home. I say to my drivers, I said, think of when you're picking up a client that it's their car and you're just picking them up in their car. It's like, hey, we got your car ready for you. And I want them to feel the warmth of Montana. And
Yeah.
I love that you guys do that in your restaurant. It's even why I do this podcast, because I want it, it's so much more than just, I don't want it to be a transactional business. I want it to be a connection to the entire community.
Yeah. You have a really great opportunity. You have that first touch point when someone comes either back home or into town for the first time. And we talk about that a lot, like the handshake when people are coming in the door for the restaurant. I talk about that with the housekeeping staff. I go, the moment they walk in the room, that initial touch point, like what do they see? What do they smell? What do they hear? That's going to set the tone for the rest of the day, the time they're with you. And it's a real make or break moment in that instant. And so we take that very seriously, and we really pay attention to those details in those, first few minutes you get interaction with guests, whether it be verbal or nonverbal.
My fiance will say something that I really like. She'll say she feels thought of when she goes to a place. So I try to embody that, and it sounds like you guys do. It's those little details with hospitality that make such a big difference.
Yep. Yeah.
How about the food menu? Does the chef do the food menu, or what's your part in that, Nicholas? And how do you guys work that out? And do you guys change it often? Is it?
So I have a small amount of say in the food menu. It's essentially chef's creation, and then Kathryn will sit down with him and go over the nuances of the menu, what will work, what doesn't work. Like we're gonna go over what our guests are clamoring for. Do we need more meat? Do we need more game? And so Kathryn does that with chef and really picks out with a fine tooth comb what do we really need, and that's unique, but that's really not going to sell. That's almost too unique and special. And then I'll come in and I'll sprinkle in my little ideas and thoughts of, ooh, yes, maybe a pot pie would work because of this reason. Or I'll ask for something because I found a really cool wine that I want to sell the guests and it would pair really well with this dish, I think. So while I have a say in the food menu, it's more of like, it's more, ideas and thoughts, but I have more of a say with the wine dinners that we put on now. So we've really established ourselves as the go-to venue for wine dinners, and I get to, and that's where I feel a lot of my strengths are coming out as a leader, as a communicator, as a hospitality professional, and it's developing my skill sets on how to craft a food menu as well, which I really enjoy. My passion is first and foremost people, next is wine, and then food, and pairing wine with food. And so with the 7 wine dinners we have scheduled for next season, I get to really have a lot of fun with chef and give him my tasting notes, give him my ideas and what I'm inspired by, especially if it's from a region like, hey, this is from Walla Walla, Washington, so let's try to incorporate mushrooms and apples. Here's my thoughts. And then chef will take that and he'll become inspired. I give him ideas and tasting notes, and then chef gets to go ham with it, which I really enjoy. It's so cool. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
What's your wine background? Because you do a lot of the wine pairing.
I do, yeah. So I'm still fairly young in this industry, in the wine world. I really am. I've only been a level 1 somm for a year and a half now. I'm studying to be a level 2 right now. My dream and goal one day is to be a master sommelier. It's like 15 years down the road. It's a lot of hard work, a lot of effort, a lot of energy. But my background, honestly, is I was just drinking it. And I really enjoyed it. I remember the first time I had a glass of wine, it was at Olive Garden. I hated it. I hated it. I hated the red wine. I was not impressed at all by, I don't even remember the wine, but I do remember it was at Olive Garden and I was eating the Super Toscana. And I didn't. You
remember what you were eating, but not what you were drinking. It was that bad.
I did not like the red wine. Now, granted, I think it was like 23 years old when I heard my first glass of wine. But I did not like it at all. And so I decided to, when I had wine again, had like a fizzy wine, a wine with some pizzazz to it. So it was almost like a sparkling red wine is what I had. Again, I have no idea what I had, but I realized, oh, my palate enjoys this. And then I just was drinking more and more and more and discovering, wow, I really like, oak aged barreled wines, or I really like double cask wines, or I really enjoy Bordeaux's and Cabernets and Cab Francs. And, I can really pick out what the Petit Verdot is doing right now in this wine. And so it's like, okay, let's just study it now and elevate my career. I wasn't doing anything with it. I was just drinking it and enjoying it. And I wanted to elevate myself.
That's so cool. I think it was last Thanksgiving I said to my brother-in-law, we were having wine. I don't think it was on Thanksgiving, but some family's always in town. We always do Thanksgiving around here. And I said to him, I don't think I've ever been drunk on wine before in my life. But I think I got drunk on wine that night. But I just literally me and my brother, like I told you, he's a wine sommelier as well. But yeah, wine, I just don't drink a lot, but I do the right wine with a steak, like it's pretty good. A good red wine with a steak.
Absolutely. Or you could even, fun fact, you could even do a white wine with steak. And another fun fact, you could do champagne with steak if it's the right champagne.
Nicholas has been on a champagne kick lately.
I have been. It's been fun. But like and so the way I do it too, again, I'm very young in this industry and I'm not about to go off and say this is the correct way to do this. But in my experience, the way I talk to the guests who come into the lodge is I encourage them to have fun with the wine pairing. There's no right or wrong way to pair wine. wine. Is there a better way to do it or a more elevated way? Of course there is. If you want to have a really, truly great experience, maybe let's not pair a Riesling with your steak tonight. But if you really wanted to, okay, let's find a way to make it enjoyable. Maybe it's not the steak we're pairing it with. Maybe it's the potato that's coming with, the frite perhaps that it's coming with. Little things like that, those nuances that we can still make it a memorable experience. That way the guest feels like they're still involved and they're not, we don't want it to be bougie experience. We don't want it to be standoffish. We want it to be approachable. And that's how we've developed the food program, the hospitality program, and the wine program. It's all approachable, and every guest has a say in the matter.
Yeah, we love that word approachable at the lodge because we want to be approachable. We're fine dining in a lodge setting. So, there's no dress code. You don't have to wear a jacket. You can come in off the water fishing in your waders, but you're going to get a dining experience that leans on those pillars of service and those touch points of fine dining because we feel like that's how you care for people. It's personal. And it's not just take my order, sit down, here's your food. Okay, here's your check. Goodbye.
Mm-hmm. Have either of you read Unreasonable Hospitality?
Yep.
Because that's what I love it. And I love that book because that's even in my industry, the black car service is very suit and tie, uptight, very serious. And we understand that as a company, that people are paying for that safety and that security and that, that elevated experience. But I'm always working to make sure it's blended with the approachability of Montana.
Yeah.
It sounds like you guys are doing the exact same thing. Couldn't be a bigger fan.
We're really excited about this fall. And the menu that Chef has put together it is his menu 100%. I come in and when he brings me his cocktail napkins and his chicken scratch of his ideas, he's a true chef. I love you dearly, Trey Mathis. And my days go, we kind of file it down, and I literally type for him sometimes as he's dictating these dishes that he thinks would be great. I'm like, yeah, that's wonderful. That's great. I have a culinary background. I've been an executive chef. So I can speak his language a little bit. And when we refine the menu, we end up with a menu like we have right now going that we just released October 1. That's so fun. Mm-hmm. It's playful. It's Montanan. It's Appalachian, which is where Trey's Harold's from. It has the backbone of French technique. So there's actually good cooking going on there. And it's paired really nicely with the wine. This release went really smoothly for us. It was our best seasonal switch, which was really great to date. And it ties into Montana fall, and it will tie into the winter as we go forward too.
It sounds like you guys have an awesome team. The combination of everyone that puts this together, it sounds like such a team effort.
It is a team effort. But that's life, right? I can't do this by myself. And if I could, it wouldn't be as warm and hospitable. I would miss touch points along the way. I'm just one person. You have a fleet of drivers that you rely on. I rely on my team, and they make me better, and I hope that I make them better. And then at the end of the day, the product we're selling is something that people want.
It's been my greatest strength and my greatest weakness. I grew up on a farm, so the farmer mentality. The mentality is I do everything myself, and it's really beneficial sometimes. And then when you realize you can collaborate with people and you can create something beautiful with a team. It's sometimes the bigger the team, the better it can be, within reason. But it's very, very cool that you guys have that team.
Yeah, and we're lucky that the community of Bozeman is supporting what we're doing. Because when I started at the lodge 3 years ago, nobody knew what was going on at the lodge in town. And it was like, are you guys open to the public? What hours you open? It was very inconsistent. And over those 3 years, we've grown enough and developed a consistent following of people that trust what we're doing out there that I can bring on a food and beverage director. We need a sommelier. We need that position. We have people asking for that. We want to give them what they're looking for. We've grown. I've grown my full-time staff. I've grown my part-time staff in the peak seasons of summer. We're able to employ more people year round. And that all helps the community and the people around us and the team that we're building. And then also always through the lens of hospitality, the Gallatin River Lodge brand, the lens of what we're trying to do.
Yeah, I'm really hoping, some of my clients will follow along to this that come out to ski every year. And I'm really hoping that they check you guys out and look at that as an option just to elevate their entire experience in Montana.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll talk about giving your listeners a promo code
Cool.
for booking all year round. And we can maybe put that in the credits or the show notes or something.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. I couldn't stop thinking about it when you brought up champagne. One of my clients, shout out to Jim McRae, if you ever listen, gave me and my fiance a bottle of champagne the night we got engaged. And we went home and drank the whole bottle of champagne. And I'm like, never again. I was hungover for like 4 days.
Oh, okay.
It was so brutal.
Yeah. Okay.
And I don't know if it's just champagne or the fact that I rarely ever drink, but I was like, never again.
Could be a little mixture of both. Sure.
The bubbles, they go to your head, man.
Yeah.
You mentioned the wine dinners. Mm-hmm. Those are on the calendar for 2026.
Unofficially.
Not officially.
Okay.
Yeah, unofficially.
Do you have any idea what these will look like?
Yes.
What people can expect?
Talk about your favorite one. What are you most excited for?
Oh gosh, that's a tough one, boss. Okay, so there's two that I'm really excited about. We've got the global ambassador of Moet and Hennessy coming out in January. He's the global ambassador of their champagne portfolio, and that's his specialty. And he'll be coming out in January.
Tim's like, no more champagne.
And this has been a dream of mine. I've wanted to do this. I'm really excited about it.
Do they have an NA version?
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Yeah. Right. So that'll be, I think, January 17th is the day that we set. But that is going to be a 2-part dinner event, which I'm really excited about. So it's going to be for the first hour. We're going to treat that as our cocktail hour in the bar. We're going to do a blind tasting, 3 champagnes led by the global ambassador himself. And then for our guests to experience a blind tasting of champagne. I think that'd be a very fun, unique experience that they get to indulge in and have fun in. Create that as our social hour because we love these wine. We want these wine dinners to always be about being social. None of the pretentiousness of sitting in a booth by yourself or just being alone in the moment. Wine is the perfect bridge of creating beautiful memories. It really is. And I want to use this dinners for that. So the blind tastings will be a great social hour. And then around 6:15, we'll sit down and we'll do a 3-course dinner with champagne as well. So a lot of bubbles will be a lot of fun. I'm really excited about that one. And then the other one, we're going to do in August, specifically for my Cabinet Club members. It's a wine club that I started back in November. Kathryn was very gracious enough to allow me to create one. And it's been awesome. It actually took off way better than any of us thought, to be honest with you.
That's true.
So it's been really well received. And in August, I'm doing a wine club dinner only for my Cabinet Club members. So I have a couple spots available for anybody listening if they want to join. This is my plug-in. Dos Lagos Vineyards is coming out from California, and we're going to be doing a library wine tasting of 5 different vintages of Cabernet, ranging from 2009 to 2022. So a 5-course wine dinner in your own. We're only drinking Cabernet, but it'll be through the years, which would be really, really cool and special that a lot of people don't get to experience. The different vintages of the same wine. And that's going to be really fun.
I'm going to ask Jim, my client that I shouted out earlier, because I know he's a big wine guy. I'm going to ask him if he knows about this because he might be interested.
Fantastic.
How do people find out about that? Can they find that through Gallatin River Lodge?
Yep. That information for the 2026 Cabinet Club membership is on our website. And you just got to reach out directly to the lodge via email or just call us up and say, hey, I'm interested in learning about that. And then Nicholas or myself will return your call and get you connected to that. It is a local program only, so we don't ship. So we don't want to mess with shipping across state lines and the legality of that. So you have to come pick up your wines quarter or every other month from the lodge.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a great program. Truth be told, it was received way better than I thought it was going to go. I was like, okay, we're going to start this Cabinet Club program. Maybe Nicholas and I will be in it and it'll be our excuse to try really great wine. And then the first month we announced it, we sold all 12 of our spots. It's a very limited membership because we're small and we're limited, but we really bring quality and uniqueness to those wine selections. Nicholas does a great job selecting those wines. And so now going into the second year, we've expanded our wine. We're going to double our membership. And we have more people so far that have new people that have signed up, then our renewals are lagging. We're kind of telling our Cabinet Club members that are currently, we're like, you guys, you've talked to us that you want to come back. You better do it. You're going to lose your spot.
We have a wait list right now because it's like, and because people are really interested, they want in on the action.
Yeah. So it's a fun program. It's in its infancy. Year 2. It's a toddler. But it's doing really well.
Yeah, send me a link to that, and I'll
Yeah.
I'll send it to this client of mine because I think he'd definitely be interested in it.
Yeah, and to check out here in the next couple months before the new year, but we'll get all of our wine dinners up on our event calendar on our website as well. It's the best way to stay informed on things that are happening or upcoming at the lodge. Is that event calendar, and that's right on our website as well. And you can see anything from the nights we have live music in the bar to when wine dinners are, to when, like, if we're doing a Mother's Day brunch or an Easter brunch this year, which we will be doing, next spring. So that's the best way to stay in touch. Just kind of visit that site from time to time.
I know that was one of them. Is there anything you guys do that people don't know about or know you guys for that they could experience? Or
I think something new that I'm excited about is really to lean into the cross-country skiing this winter. We have recently done some upgrading on our outdoor pavilion. So that space we're hoping to have on the weekends, have kind of like a roaring fire going and the bar open down there out by the start of the cross-country ski course, and it to be kind of a fun après vibe. I've reached out to a couple of DJs and maybe having some music down there in the afternoons on the nice days in January. So as long as there's snow, and we're told it's going to be a snowy winter in the valley, because the mountain snow is different than down here in the valley. But we should be good to go there, and that's going to be kind of a new push for us. Cross country skiing really. Last year was the second year we put in the course, and the weekend traffic to that was really, really great. I'm like almost creating problems in our parking lot because everyone was parked cattywampus. But it was super fun. It's 3 kilometers. You can do the loop as many times as you want. It's dog friendly, family friendly. So we're going to kind of expand that program this winter, which will be really great. And then the other part is we do daytime stuff. Mostly like offsite corporate luncheons, or if you're looking to bring your office to lunch and not go downtown, go somewhere different, get out of the office, come do a podcast in our library, that kind of stuff. We're available for that. And the lodge we don't have formal service happening during the day. Like, we don't offer breakfast or lunch. The space is there to be used, and we want to share it.
I know the dogs with cross country is big for some people too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't cross country ski, but I've talked to a lot of people that if they can bring their dog, that's a huge plus, because you can exercise their dog and spend time with the dog.
Yeah. And we just ask that dog owners are respectful and have good recall with their dogs, because there's other people that are out there trying to enjoy as well. So as long as it stays friendly, we're good to go there.
Very cool. I imagine a fire at the end of the day outdoors is just such a nice vibe too. If you've been cross country skiing or downhill skiing or doing anything in the elements.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I made this up. Did I hear something about a sauna?
You did not make that up. Okay. There is. It is the project that will not end. So it's been like all year we've been working on this, and we're very close to the end. We are adding a sauna amenity for our lodging guests. Very excited about it. It's a company out of Austin, Texas, and then they also have Norwegian, not Norway, but Estonia, Eastern Europe, kind of Scandinavian ties. So it's called an Oud Muir House, OOD. Has little dots above those. And it's a beautiful building, very modern. It's a mirrored glass enclosure, and then it's positioned on the northwest portion of our property, so you get sunset views out the back and unobstructed views, which is really pretty. Sauna is a great way to relax. It's great health benefits. The lodge has not historically had any amenities like this before, so we're really excited to bring that to our guests. And in addition, there's a small recreation building right next door to it. So it's kind of like the 2 little buildings that we've put in. And that building is going to be used for on-property massage. It'll have some fitness equipment in it, and just be another great amenity for our guests that are staying with us to be used. And we're toying with the idea of opening the sauna up to the cross-country skiers in the winter, but we'll see how that goes. We're going to start with just offering it to our guests of the lodge, but if you want to come stay with us and you're local, you can do that and take advantage of all the things we have going on the property.
That sounds so nice. I'm a huge sauna fan.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, anything, I mean, we covered a lot. Is there
Yeah.
anything else about the place that anyone should know? I told Nicholas and you, I hope to bring my family down for Thanksgiving week and come check it all out firsthand because you guys sold me on it. It just sounds like a great experience. I know it's, is there anything else anyone should think of when or if?
We have one more wine dinner event coming up. It's December 5th. It's Friday. It's the first Friday of December that I'm really excited about. It's our first annual reserve holiday kickoff wine party that we're throwing. This one's going to be featuring Screaming Eagle from Oakville and the Perus varietals as well. So it's going to be 4 wine tastings with past appetizers, heavy hors d'oeuvres, champagne flowing all evening. It's something I'm really excited about because it's a way for our guests to have prestige wine at an affordable cost. Because the Screaming Eagle variety that can range anywhere between $2,500 to $3,500 depending on where you're buying it from, what's the vintage. And I've had a lot of guests ask about the Screaming Eagle. They see the reserve wine list that we have, and they say, "Whoa, well, what's this? What makes it so special?" It's actually a lot of fun to talk about it too, because why is it so special? So I wanted to put on an event where people are asking about it. Let's have them taste it instead. Let's give them a reason to now have it. And so I'm really excited about it. We're 20 tickets away from being sold out, which makes me very excited. And if it goes off without a hitch, and which I'm very excited about, and I know we're going to pull it off. I'm already planning for 2026 what the holiday party will be for 2026, and I want it to be an annual event, prestige wine pours for guests to come on in, kick off the holiday season, and just enjoy great company and good vibes.
So cool.
Yeah, I think that for me, really excited about that event. But also, like, I want to encourage people to visit the lodge every season. There's something every season. There's something new. There's some reason to come back. Repeat guests are great. We get to know you. We take pride in our repeat offenders that come and hang out with us. So whether you're going to join us this fall for our new menu, you're going to join us this holiday season to see our 14-foot Christmas tree in the lobby, and have a great festive holiday cheers moment with your friends and family. Summertime, come fish, come let your kids run on the lawn, throw rocks at the fish in the pond. I think there's a reason every season to come to the lodge.
Very cool. I want to ask you guys some personal questions about being at the lodge. What have you guys learned just building this team? What has that been like? Has that touched anything that's, useful to pass along to business owners like myself or any business owners listening?
Yeah. The first thing that comes to mind, I think, is what we kind of touched on already, but it's about people. And in that regard, I think about it, it's not just about the people that are my guests or clients, or customers. It's about the people that are working with me. I have the luxury of having a very small team, so making one-on-one connections and checking in with people is a little bit easier for me than someone that has like 100 employees or something like that. But we build a team because we genuinely care about the success and the health of our staff and our employees. So caring for your guests is great, but if you're not caring for the person next to you in the dish pit, or who's working and cleaning toilets next to you in the rooms, then it's kind of fake. It's not authentic. You're not actually showing genuine care. So I think caring for your team is important. Checking with them where they're at, what they need, and then that flows out in caring for the guest.
And you said you're a chef by trade?
Yes.
Where were you doing that before you were?
So I have a culinary degree from the Culinary Institute in California, in San Francisco. It was a CCA at the time many years ago. And then I worked as an executive chef at a ranch in Colorado for a couple seasons, and then worked in various restaurants, dishwashing line all the way up. So it's fun for me to have involvement in what the restaurant is doing because it keeps that creative passion inside of me alive.
Yeah, I'd imagine your perspective being a chef and, being behind the scenes and then, being on so many different sides of it now, you probably have a really unique perspective that probably brings a lot of value.
I like to think that I can talk the language, the kitchen language and the front of house. I'm a really good bridge, because those two historically in many situations have always butted head, right? It's always like the kitchen against the servers, or, in our case, we've got the housekeeping department. We all share space at the lodge because it is small. Like all the behind the scenes space is all shared between all the departments. So one of my biggest challenges is mediating and navigating those power struggles of territorialness, and making sure that everybody's playing nice in the sandbox together.
Yeah. I know you said you were sometimes translating napkin chicken scratch
Yep.
from chef to this to here. So that makes having that background, I'd imagine it's very valuable for the whole team to be able to.
I hope they see that.
Yeah.
We see it.
Yeah. What about you, Nick? What has this taught you, and what have you learned?
Oh gosh, it's taught me how to be a better communicator. Honestly, I almost now communicate too much. I'm so sorry, boss.
No such thing.
Yeah.
No such thing.
But no, it's we're very intimate with our guests, and it also translates as a management team. Myself, Kathryn, and Trey, we are also intimate as far as how we talk and communicate with one another. We if we need to take some gloves off, we'll take them off, but we're respectful about it. We're very honest and true to one another, and it's really refreshing. There's a deep underlying respect that each of us have for each other, and when we sit at the table and do our manager meeting every other week, when we do our best to do that, I mean, we go through the pros, the cons, what's working, what's not working, what's a thorn in our side, what's a shout out of this week, what are the events coming up, what can we be better at? Hey, Nicholas, great job over here. Trey, beautiful job executing this over here. We go over the reviews. It's honest and it's personable, and it allows me to be a better communicator because I have the courage to be able to stand up and speak my mind if I need to. I don't have to be afraid to say something, regardless if it's good or bad. It has allowed me to be a better communicator, which I really appreciate. I've never worked with any finer establishment, honestly, as far as the management team is concerned. It's amazing. It really is.
I feel it. I want to be part of your guys' team.
Yeah.
I've learned that the communication is so big, and I told you guys, I haven't announced this anywhere, but I'm moving to a new studio where the shop is, and I'm so excited to be where the team is every day.
Yeah.
We have just a group text going now, and it's so valuable to all communicate. Hey, good job. You did great. We could work on this, but that open communication with my team has been so valuable.
Yeah, definitely calling out the opportunities. It's like, this was great, this is great, we can improve here. That's just as valuable. And I need that, reflected back at me too, because it's how we grow, and get better and fine tune all the details. It's great to be at a point, we talk about this a lot, that we're finally at this point with the lodge with a lot of hard work that we're like, okay, now we're working on details. We're not trying to just like survive, but we're trying to really refine the details, and make it so that it's just the next level. We're just trying to level up a little bit at a time, and yeah, it's been a good year.
So cool. Like I said, I love your guys' energy, and I love what you guys are doing. So I'm excited to come check it out.
You're part of the team. We're partners with Mountain Mule. We love referring your services to our guests. You fill a really great gap for us in transportation, because a lot of people, they don't know that they need to rent a car in Montana because they don't realize that there's, not like Uber is a thing, but it's not a reliable thing. And so it's really comforting for me to be able to refer like, hey, this is a guarantee. This is Mountain Mules, talk to Tim. He's great. His drivers are fantastic. And that really puts them at ease. We talked about like those touch points right at the beginning or right at the end. Because if they need a ride to the airport or they need to get up to Big Sky or somewhere, and they're like, how do we do this? There's no public transportation here. And we're like, well, that's true. It's Montana. Welcome.
Yeah.
But we've got an answer for it. So it's been a great partnership that we're developing. Yeah.
And I appreciate working with you guys. I think the first time years ago when I did more driving, and I'm trying to do more driving because I miss it. I miss the interaction with the clients. I picked up some gals that were staying at your guys' lodge and then going to Big Sky, and from what I understand, they had a terrible Uber experience, and
no.
They flew in a snowstorm, and I think it was just a kind of ill-equipped vehicle, and there's Uber out here, but for early morning flights or late night flights, it's inconsistent, and I get it because our Uber driver's just going to sit up in the middle of the night and hope that a trip comes in. Like the volume's not there for it to make sense, and that's the nature of It's what makes
Yeah.
Montana so cool sometimes too.
Well, and there's a safety concern that I always talk with our guests about who are going to drive themselves, or if they're wondering if they're from a big city, they're not used, especially in the wintertime. And there's a lot of value in having an experienced driver take you somewhere, like from Bozeman up to Big Sky or out to Livingston, or there's a Yellowstone Park tour guide that, he'll come and pick our guests up from the lodge and take them and stuff. I'm like, that's so valuable because the roads here, the weather conditions, we all kind of get used to it and we don't think about it anymore. But I mean, I had a guest in a couple of months ago and they were wanting to drive from our lodge just up to Big Sky for the day and just check out Big Sky for the day. And he was like asking me about the pass and the roads and everything. And I was like, well, it's a mountain pass. It gets windy, but it's certainly passable. It was a good day. It wasn't a foul weather day or anything. And he was so nervous. He's like, I've never driven on a mountain road. I was like, never ever? He's like, no, this is my first time. And I was like, okay, well, just take it slow and go during the day when the sun's up and try to come back before dark and you'll be all right. And then I was like, but if you don't want to drive yourself,
Yeah.
you can get a driver, and we've got a great relationship and with Mountain Mule. And he was like, oh, thanks. I'm going to check that out. I'm going to look at that. So it's important for guests to know for their safety too.
Yeah. And that road can be like a highway too. It's a windy mountain pass that has a lot of traffic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Those truckers haul on that road.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy.
You see it all.
Yeah.
Okay. Website, GallatinRiverLodge.com.
grlodge.com.
grlodge.com.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are on social, right?
Yep. Instagram and Facebook, Gallatin River Lodge. At Gallatin River Lodge on Instagram. Facebook and Instagram are probably our primary social media outlets. We do have a YouTube channel, but there's only like a couple of things on there. And we send out an email once a month, kind of like a update on what's going on at the lodge. And how else can you find us?
Come on in.
Yeah, really. I mean,
9105 Thorpe Road.
Yeah.
We'll take care of you. We're going to learn your name.
Nicholas, I forgot to ask you too. Where are you from?
From Washington State. That's
okay.
home for me.
Cool.
Yeah.
And how did you make it out here? Sorry, I know you guys were pitching
all good.
Career path, career change of scenery. I'm a military brat. I'm used to moving around a lot. And I was just getting antsy and left.
Cool.
Yeah.
We're glad you're here.
I'm glad
both of you guys are here.
Yeah.
Okay, we got I'll link everything in the description.
Perfect.
And if you guys have any additional links to anything other than the website and the social, I'll put it in there. And I'm looking forward to coming in around Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and definitely have your guests use the promo code.
Okay.
That'll be in the show notes too. And we'll see everybody out this holiday season, hopefully.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Kathryn. Thank you, Nicholas.
Thank you.
Yeah, this was a blast. Thanks for listening, folks. You can find the full blog post for every episode, along with key takeaways and links at mountain-mule.com. If you haven't yet, consider following the show. That one small action helps these Montana businesses get seen, grow, and thrive, and it helps this podcast keep going too. If you know a business that would be a good fit for the show, we'd love to hear from you. Just reach out through the website or social. Thank you for supporting these Montana businesses. See you on the next show.